In the dark corners of the internet, a predator lurked, hiding behind the veil of fake identities and the allure of social media. Zhenhao Zou, a 28-year-old Chinese PhD student, used these platforms to lure victims from across the globe. What started as a string of isolated attacks would soon reveal a terrifying truth. He was not a solitary figure but part of a larger, more sinister pattern. This is the story of Zhenhao Zou, a man who deceived, drugged, and raped at least 10 women, and possibly more. It all began in 2017. Zou, a Chinese student studying in the United Kingdom, seemed like an ordinary university student. But behind closed doors, he harbored a dark secret. A secret that would unravel in the most disturbing way. Zhenhao Zou wasn't just studying at a university. He was using dating apps and social media platforms to meet women. His tactics were calculated and precise. He created fake profiles, presented himself as charming and successful, and promised an escape from the mundane. To his victims, Zou was the perfect gentleman. But behind the mask, he was a predator. One by one, Zou's victims fell into his trap. He would invite them to his flat, often under false pretenses. Once there, he drugged them, rendering them unconscious. His victims had no idea what was happening to them, until they woke up in a nightmare they couldn't remember, but would never forget. And this wasn't the worst of it. Zou didn't just assault his victims, he filmed his attacks. Hidden cameras in his apartment captured the horrific scenes. For Zou, this was part of the sick game. He viewed his victims as nothing more than objects to control. At first, it seemed like a string of isolated incidents, nothing more than random acts of violence. But as the years passed, more and more women came forward, revealing a chilling pattern. As investigators dug deeper, they uncovered a staggering truth. Zou's victims were not just limited to the UK. His reach extended to China, where he had continued his sinister game. Women from 2 continents, victims of the same predator, each sharing similar tales of betrayal, drugging, and assault. And yet, Zou didn't stop there. Authorities feared that his list of victims was far longer than anyone had anticipated. Over 23 more women came forward, revealing that Zou might have preyed on over 50 victims before the investigation even began. The investigation escalated. Authorities discovered disturbing evidence: drugs, hidden cameras, and messages on social media that Zou had used to reel in his victims. But there was one problem: Zou had managed to cover his tracks. His online presence was nearly flawless, his methods sophisticated. But Zou's fate was sealed. After an extensive investigation that spanned years, forensic evidence finally linked him to his crimes. Police were able to track down his location, and in 2023, Zhenhao Zou was arrested. His trial would send shockwaves across the globe, with victims speaking out, sharing their stories of terror, and revealing just how deep Zou's deception truly ran. In court, the truth came to light. Zou faced multiple charges, including sexual assault, drugging, and recording his attacks. But even as he stood trial, the investigation didn't stop. Authorities urged more victims to come forward, knowing that this case was far from closed. This case serves as a reminder of the dangers that lurk online, hidden behind the digital veil of anonymity. The tragic reality is that Zou's victims weren't just strangers. They were women who trusted him. They thought they were meeting someone who cared, only to be betrayed by the very platform that was meant to connect them. Zou's story is a chilling reminder that even in a world so connected, there are those who exploit it for the most despicable of purposes. But the work isn't over. As more victims come forward, the full extent of his crimes will continue to unfold, and justice will be served. Thank you for watching Untold and Unsolved Stories. If you have any information about similar cases or have been a victim of online predators, please contact local authorities. If you found this story important, like this video and share your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to Untold and Unsolved Stories to help us bring more hidden truths to light. Also hit the bell icon so you don't miss any episode. Until next time, stay vigilant, stay safe.